Let us use our imaginations to create the following scenario. You're alone in a strange place, most likely a cemetery. It's quiet and peaceful. You hear a small screeching sound that gradually grows louder, and before you know it, a bony hand emerges from beneath the ground and reaches out to grasp you. You become agitated and begin to flee. Before you know it, you realize you are not alone, and a chorus of voices is following you. In this video, I will show you some best zombie games for Xbox One. But before we start this video, please subscribe to my channel Games Puff and press the bell icon for more gaming videos. So without any further ado, let's start this video. The first game of this video is Dying Light. Play as Kyle Crane, an undercover operative dispatched to Heron, Turkey, in the midst of a viral pandemic. Hordes of zombies and vicious human factions have enslaved the city's residents. After dusk, venture out at your own risk as the zombies become significantly more deadly, headed by quick apex zombies that will follow Kyle across Heron's rooftops. In Dying Light's unique mixture of parkour and zombie survival, players will traverse the wide-open environment by racing across roofs, sliding under barriers, and gliding on ziplines. Next up, we have Black Ops Cold War Outbreak Zombies. To begin, let's take a look at one of the best zombie games for Xbox One in recent gaming history. Since Call of Duty World at War, every subsequent installment has presented fans with a new and enhanced zombie experience. Longtime fans experienced a once-in-a-lifetime event in 2020 when Treyarch and Activision put their disagreements aside to bring zombies and Call of Duty Warzone together. Outbreak Zombies, the first open-world zombie experience in the Call of Duty franchise, was released with the second season of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Next up, we have World War Z. World War Z is the epitome of high-octane zombie survival. World War Z is a third-person survival game loosely based on the 2006 novel of the same name and sets in the same universe as the 2013 Brad Pitt film. It is played in third person as you and a group of buddies co-op through major infested cities with one goal in mind: survival. As the outbreak has spread to every corner of the globe, New York, Moscow, Jerusalem, Tokyo, and Marseille each have their own plots and personalities. Next up, we have State of Decay 2. State of Decay 2 is an open-world zombie survival game that focuses more on scavenging and crafting than pure zombie slaying. It is the sequel to 2013's first release and the current placeholder as fans wait for the third iteration. State of Decay 2 is considered to be among the best zombie games for Xbox One as it features players constructing communities, producing resources, and fending off swarms of undead. Humans will pose the greatest threat to your survival, as is typical of most zombie fiction. Create allies or foes. It's entirely up to you. Next up, we have The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead has established itself as a frontrunner in the zombie genre. The Walking Dead has made its way into the realm of video games thanks to AMC's long-running series and various spin-off projects. Players will progress through chapters of fascinating stories similar to those found on AMC's flagship show in this narrative-driven, choice-based game. Next up, we have The Evil Within 2. The Evil Within 2, the sequel to the same-named game from 2014, is the apex of horror games. While some may argue that it isn't strictly a zombie game, it does contain characteristics that gamers would anticipate from an undead action-adventure. Players take control of Sebastian Castellanos, a former police sergeant and detective tasked with eliminating the terrifying animals you'll come across on his journey. Next up, we have Dead Island. After a terrible epidemic of zombies claims the once joyous ambience of a picturesque resort, everything devolves into utter pandemonium. 4 people, however, discover they are immune and must utilize this ability to protect the survivors, figure out what's going on, and eventually find a way out. This is the game for you if a zombie apocalypse is your thing. To argue that Dead Island is a perfect zombie game would be an exaggeration. Next up, we have Dead Rising 4. Back in the day, the sheer amount of Walking Dead depicted on screen in the original Dead Rising would overwhelm us. Nonetheless, despite significant technological advancements and dwindling numbers of zombie freaks, this game remains one of the most enjoyable zombie-killing adventures available today. Simply put, it's a meat grinder game with non-stop zombie slaying and ingenious weaponry manufactured from the most unlikely of materials. Next up, we have Zombie Army Trilogy. As the name implies, you're up against an army of the undead, not one, not two, but an army of the undead. The action takes place in 1945, during World War II, in the middle of the Nazi onslaught. As the enemy is blasting up Berlin, Hitler is hiding within his bunker. Hitler, as is typical of tyrants, executes an officer who tried to persuade Hitler to surrender and demands that Plan Z be implemented. The dead army of troops rises up as zombies as a result of this. Next up we have 7 Days to Die. 7 Days to Die, one of the top games of 2016, is a favorite among Xbox gamers. A gripping novel about a Zombieland catastrophe set in the supernatural zone. The gamer can take on the role of the hero who must save the planet in 7 days and prove his worth. The developer's decision to move the game from a personal computer to an Xbox platform paid off handsomely. So that's the list of 10 best zombie games for Xbox One to play in 2021. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel Games Puff and press the bell icon for more gaming updates.